Hi, I'm Alicia, and welcome to my Operational Innovations channel, where I focus on process tips, techniques, and strategies that help you level up in the area of project management, product ownership, and small business operations. Today's topic, the Small Business Health Check. From my top 10 tips list that I released it last week, I think it was, today we're going to focus on the number one tip, know your numbers. I'll put a link below to the launch video that goes through all of those top 10 tips, but the focus of this video today is to get a little bit more into the meat of what I mean by know your numbers from a small business operator perspective. As I've mentioned, I've been an entrepreneur two other times before, and what's important for me may not be important for you. I'm sharing what helped me get to my third time around as an entrepreneur and what really helped me to have a banner year last year. So let's talk about this launch video. In the launch video, actually, I talk a little bit about being on Shark Tank and how not knowing your numbers really can create some problems for you. I've linked a video below to Kevin kind of just going off, Mr. Wonderful, going off about not knowing your numbers, but he makes a really great point. And maybe this doesn't apply to you as far as going in front of a group of investors or going on Shark Tank. Maybe you're a solo entrepreneur like me. Maybe you provide a niche service. You're not trying to pitch investors. You only need a few clients to have an amazing year. Well, that's really my story. Knowing your numbers is important for any size business. And for the small business operator, the solo entrepreneur or solopreneur, as it's also called, it may be just a couple of key data points that you need to keep your eye on. So here's a clip from my QuickBooks dashboard. For me, there's really just two different numbers that I like to keep my eye on so I can know that I can drill down and get more reports and get more information. The point is, at a glance, you can get to two key important indicators of your business financial health. And you can make projections on that and you can make educated decisions. You'll see also a link below to an interview that I've done with my bookkeeper, Leslie Zerker, and she talks about her top tips for small business operators. And you'll also see there where she goes into the importance of really being able to make those educated decisions. So let me get here to, let me see here. We're going to get to my screen so we can talk about the dashboard. And the great thing about the dashboard is it's really not hard to follow at all. I mean, it's just really right here in front of you. So I just have to say that the first two times around in my business, while I knew my numbers, it was really hard to get to that data. I did all of my own bookkeeping. I did all of my own tax preparation, and I pretty much drove myself insane every single year. And it was hard to keep up with, and it was really just not how I should be spending my time. It wasn't how I should have been spending my time. And I learned that this third time around, this was a huge, huge understanding for me to realize that I don't have to do it all. I really just don't have to do it all. And that it's important to find someone who can help and find somebody that you can get on your team that knows this part of your business and can really help. So as I mentioned before, having a dashboard, this is just a snapshot from my QuickBooks dashboard. Super easy snapshot. You can see a bunch of things at a glance here. The two things that I like to keep my eye on, and Leslie refers to this artifact in the interview below that I'm linking below in the description. She talks about understanding the profit and loss. She also talks about the balance sheet, knowing your balance sheet and your profit and loss. But I like to keep an eye on my sales and how those are trending over the last year. And so this, just in a moment's glance, you can pull up a dashboard and really just know what your numbers are. And honestly, it's not, for me personally, more complicated than that, but it has made a huge, huge difference in me just running my business and running it. I don't want to say stress-free, but I will say that the stress has gone down significantly since I'm not trying to do everything myself. And knowing your numbers, just having someone who can do those reports for you, run those artifacts for you every month and give you that detail can make such a huge difference. So these are just really small tips, but they can make such a huge difference. Don't forget to check the links below and the resources below in the description. That's it for my drill down video on Know Your Numbers. I've also included a link to the Business Insider top 10 things every entrepreneur should know that before you go on to Shark Tank, if that's something that you ever want to do. And number 2, number 5, and number 10 really resonate with me, even though I don't have any plan to go on Shark Tank. Share your input, share your insights and tips and strategies that you use to know your numbers below in the comments. We're all in this together, and we can all use the help that we can get. So thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for additional interviews, more tips on this topic, and the rest of my top 10 tips series. If you like this video, I invite you to like, I invite you to subscribe, and hit the notify button so that you know when new content's coming out. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thank you.